Hello, everyone. Welcome to our next episode. Our season just ended. We won 96 games. We made the playoffs, obviously. Excuse me. It was close until about the last month. The Braves kind of kept touch. They finished in second. They won 92 games, which is really unfortunate. That would have been a division win in the other two divisions. And even Miami would have won the division in the other two. But we had a 146 run differential, which was the best in baseball. It looks like Houston was number two. We had a stellar season by all accounts. 96 wins is nothing to scoff at. Shohei ended up with 37 starts. For those of you wondering, he was spectacular. Devin Williams was a 3-WAR pitcher with 100 innings out of the bullpen, so he was also spectacular. Crochet, Diaz, even Wheeler ended up being positive. Doval, Matt Allen, Kodai Senga, like these guys were all positive, and that is really something special when that can happen from your pitching staff. Down in AAA, we want Scope, Major League Baseball. Kenta Maeda was good. Peterson was good. Ziegler was good. Montes de Oca. All these guys were positive except for Robbie Ray, who didn't even really pitch. He got 4 outs for us. So our pitching staff was obviously the best part of this team this year. Quintana can be activated. Mauricio, I put him on the 60 day to free up a 40-man spot. Morejon's been out, and Morejon was also positive. So all of our main pitchers, none of them were really, all of them were positive, which is really cool. Vientos comes up, Ziegler comes up, I think Diaz comes up. Oh, he's not on the 40-man. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, who else is an option for us? Arrighetti pitched 2 innings. So a lot of dudes. A lot of dudes got playing time for us this year. Grayson. A lot of options for this playoff roster, everyone. The lineup. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Lindor ended up having a positive offensive season, which bumped his WAR up over 4, which is nice. Shohei had a 4-WAR offensive season as well. He hit 48 home runs. Everything else kind of filled out a little bit. His average went up, his on base went up, his slugging even went up. Pete, with a 3-WAR season, he hit 42 home runs in 140 games. So that was good for him. Siani was great defensively, not great offensively, but that's not what we pay him for. Christian Walker was good for us, just about what he was doing in LA. Brett Beatty was good. Step back offensively from last season, just counting numbers wise. I guess his rate numbers were very similar. His OPS plus is the same, so maybe a less hitter friendly environment this year. Alvarez, perfectly average offensively, nothing special, nothing great. I wish it was a little bit better, but he's still only 23 years old. He gets paid 8 next year. That's about a 1 more batter. If he can get into this 3-4 range up here, that would be great. Nimmo ended up being positive. Marte ended up being positive. Mason Wynn was a great defensive player. McNeil was positive offensively. Young Ho Lee is not here. Parada ended up being good. Ramirez turned it around. He was really bad for most of the year when I needed a guy. He was not great, and then his September was decent. And Lugo, what happened to him? September, he only got 8 at bats. He was very much positive in those 8 at bats. And then Ramirez, what did your 8 at bats look like? Oops. Your September was still positive, even though you only hit 158. So this was a good team overall, really good. A little bit homer happy, which is kind of the theme here. Where is he? Young Ho Lee. You need to be on the playoff roster. Oh, okay. So let's go through our playoff roster. Let's go through what the other playoff teams did. Houston was the top team in the American League, followed by Cleveland, the Yankees, the Rays, the Red Sox, and the Twins. All playoff teams. Excuse me. I think it's funny. 3 teams from the AL East and 3 teams from the NL East made the playoffs. Miami's really surprising. I didn't think they were going to be this good. Yuri Perez was good. Max Meyer, Andrew Taylor. These guys shouldn't have been as good as they really were. I thought this was kind of a little ridiculous. So in 2023, in 2023 and 24, 34 starts apiece from Alcantara, 3 WAR pitcher, and then all of a sudden in 2025 he goes to the bullpen. He puts up a 5 ERA, only 4 saves, which I thought was a little ridiculous. But a lot of his value is just eating innings, and that's really unfortunate. Adam Duvall just got hurt. This dude, Christian Rodriguez, looks like a dude. How'd you get him? International free agent in 2018. Kobe Mayo, don't know how they got Kobe Mayo. Traded with this guy for Khalil Watson, who looks like he's gonna be a good player. Not great, but good. Okay. Trace Thompson hit 20 home runs. Why couldn't you do it for us that season? So a few outlier seasons, to be honest. O'Neal Cruz playing third base. What is going on here? For Braxton Garrett? Okay, well, that's a dumb trade. Anyway, yeah, they probably overachieved to get here. Yeah, that should not scare anyone. So yeah, the Brewers were the second best team in the NL. The NL was just like a bunch of like weak this year. It was not that great. Arizona and St. Louis. So I forgot who won last year. I think it was like a St. Louis and Minnesota World Series, and I think Minnesota won. So they still won 92 games. They're still good. They'll be fine. So, playoff roster. What are we gonna? You know what? Let's finish through these wild card series, and then we'll fix the playoff roster because maybe the other team, maybe that's dependent. Weak pitching staff, then I can add an extra bat, and weak um lineup, and I can add an extra pitcher. We'll figure it out. I don't know why this thing is not moving fast today. I would love if Miami could upset Atlanta. That would be cool, but I doubt it. Yeah, see, exactly. Okay. Last year's World Series team, the Cardinals, getting pushed to 3. Jordan Walker was good, not great for them. He still had 30 bombs. Gorman was good, not great. Nolan was good, not great. Yeah, this team is probably, I think their pitching staff built. Yeah, offense was awful and pitching staff was great. So, all right. Morejon is eligible. That's an issue. Because ideally, you would go down and get a rehab assignment, but I don't think you can now that we're in playoffs. I can't activate you because I don't have a 40-man spot without losing someone. I mean, he's going to be a... where is he? Where'd he go? Is he up on the roster? Huh. What just happened? Where'd he go? Morejon and... what? Oh, he's up on the roster. That's weird. Okay. Anyway, he's an expiring deal. Oh no, he's got a big arbitration eligibility. I'm probably not gonna pay him that. I'll probably look to move him anyway, but I don't want to cut him just to cut him. Chase Petty, interesting. Interesting arm. Very interesting arm. I don't have room on the 40 man, and I don't feel like creating room for him. All right, so we get Atlanta. We get Atlanta in a 5-game series. I should have bumped that money up a little bit more. All right, so playoff roster. Who do we have? We need to make room for 1, 2, maybe 3 at least. Vientos, maybe. So we need to make room for at least 2, maybe 3 guys, 4 guys. So who's here that shouldn't be? All right, Rysel dropped. I don't even care if the ratings are accurate or not. He comes off the roster. Gore should not be on the roster, and Ramirez probably should not be on the roster. So those are 3 spots right there. So that goes to Quintana. That goes to Lee. And Rogers. So you 3 go on. What happened to you? Weren't you just fine? All right, so this should also help, because then maybe I can get Morejon onto the roster. Place on 40-man. Because Grayson probably wasn't, he probably wasn't going to be on the playoff roster anyway. So that gives me another lefty for Morejon, but he hasn't pitched all season, so I don't think I'm going to do that with him, especially when he wasn't great. Lugo is a great defender at first, but doesn't give me a whole lot else. I mean, I guess he's good offensively. Would I rather have him or Vientos? I think Vientos. Sorry, Lugo. Vientos has done nothing to warrant this faith I have in him, by the way. He has not been good enough, but whatever. You probably should not be here. And then I guess maybe that frees up Morejon to go on. Yoendris Gomez was not good, so I think it's Morejon. We'll just have him as like a what's the word I'm looking for? Pinch hitter. I mean, specialist. All right, so Lee gets to play in left. Right. Actually, you know what? We're going to clear everything. Clear all lineups. Clear all depth charts. Pitching-wise, this goes to a 4-man rotation. Quintana. I'm genuinely considering keeping Allen in that 5 spot. And bumping Senga to the bullpen. I think I might do that. I'm going to go 4. And we go Ohtani, Wheeler, Quintana. Quintana might even be the 2 right now. So Senga, let's clear the bullpen too, because this is not. All right, so you're a closer and you're high leverage, right? I think that's what we do. You go 8th plus. Devin Williams is a stopper, 7th and close, high leverage. Morejon is a specialist versus lefties, and then his secondary is middle relief. And I think the same thing for McLaughlin. He's a specialist versus righties, and then middle relief. Taylor Rogers is a setup man. Secondary is probably specialist. McGill is also a setup. Secondary is probably closer. So who am I missing? Crochet is a stopper for sure. 7th and close. High leverage. Doval. You know what? Maybe you are the setup man. Or the stopper. Maybe you're another stopper. 7th and close. High leverage. Doval is set up. Closer. I think 8th or later is fine. And then that leaves Senga, who seems underutilized as a long relief guy, but maybe like that middle relief, and then that long relief secondary I think is good. So, okay. So that looks like the pitching staff. I like how this is built. Got plenty of high leverage arms, 1, 2, 3, 4, and technically 5, 6. These guys I don't really want as that. And then the lineup I think is the issue. What would you do, Carlos Beltran? What would you do? Alvarez, Alonso, McNeil, Beatty, Lindor, Lee, Siani, Ohtani, Nimmo at DH. Nimmo DHing's interesting. Really? Okay. If that's the case, we switch you two. And there's no every 5th game. This is the playoffs. There's no every other game. McNeil, Lee, Otani, Pete, Lindor, Nimmo, Beatty, Ciani, Alvarez. That's a lot of lefties. I would probably rather go Walker and then Otani. Oops, that. And then Walker for Nimmo. Switch you two, and then switch you. I think I'd rather do that, just for some balance. That's 5 lefties in a switch hitter, which I think is fine. What do you do against lefties? Alvarez, Alonso win, so no McNeil. If starter tired. If starter tired. If. Marte DHing. So you don't like Walker that much. What was Marte? They were like pretty much very similar. But I think I would do that. I think I can do that. Ciani Lee. All right. Yeah, that's better. All right. So I actually don't really have many qualms about this. I would maybe do that instead. And maybe that. Actually, that's probably okay. Yeah, let's do that. Now we'll break the lefties up a little bit. And then here, McNeil, Lee, Otani, Alonso. I think that's fine as well. Maybe switch Walker and Beatty. Maybe bump Beatty up here. Actually, I like that better. And then maybe we do that. So secondary leadoff hitter down in that 9 hole. And then you're an if starter tired guy. Vientos, Parada, Marte, Walker. Instead of Walker, it should be Nimmo. And I think Vientos should be swapped there. I just am not sure if I trust him. Against lefties, absolutely, but not against righties. All right, so this is playoffs. I think we're going to do the same kind of thing here. Okay. Let's make sure we got Otani going. Okay. Go. Game 1. Okay. 2-0 win. Otani probably pitched great. 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned, 2 walks, 7 Ks. 3 innings from Devin Williams. That's not ideal, but whatever. Christian Walker double. Youngho Lee double. Shohei Otani double. 2 sac flies. Got both of our runs from Lindor and Alvarez. Okay, that's a good start. Game 1. Game 2. You got to win your games at home. We did that last season, if you remember, and then we just lost everything else. Quintana, 6-4 win. Shohei with a big bomb. Quintana, 5 1/3, 7 hits, 4 earned. Rogers with 2. Crochet got 3 innings. What is up with these bullpen guys getting 3 innings? That's weird. Like, you got plenty of options, Carlos. You don't have to give these guys 3 innings. But it's worked, so I'm not going to keep arguing. Okay, Wheeler versus Kyle Wright. That's a loss. Wheeler did not have a good season. 4 2/3, 7 hits, 2 earned, 2 walks. That's not terrible. McLaughlin gave up 2. That didn't help. Okay. All right. So it's Matt Allen, who had a great season, but he's still a rookie. All right. What you got? Please win. That'd be great. Please don't go to game 5. I mean, my owner would like game 5 for the revenue. Yep. And we lose. All right, International Complex, I don't care. What about Zunino, Ahmed, Almonte, Verlander, retired. That's a shame. He should get a World Series ring if we win. But what happened here? Chris Sale had a good start, 5 1/3. Matt Allen, 3 1/3, 3 earned, 2 walks, 7 Ks, 80 pitches. That's not great. And now the bullpen's taxed, probably. Sale, 5 1/3, 2 hits, 1 earned, 3 walks. So now it's, this is kind of, okay. So now we got Otani and Logan. Max Fried. Okay. So against lefties, what's the lineup look like? Split game type, postseason. Walker, Lee. All right, so Nimmo, Parada, Vientos. These guys have been bad, man. Ciani's been bad. Alvarez has been bad. Lindor and McNeil. So maybe we go Mason Wynn. we swap these guys around a little bit. Let's try and get something going here. Let's try it. Let's see what I mean. These guys can't really be much worse. So, all right. Max Fried, Shohei Ohtani. What a pitching matchup. Imagine this is game 5 and you get Fried and Ohtani. Game 5. Okay. What you got? And we lose. We gave up 5 runs in the 13th inning. It was a 1-1 game until the 13th, and we gave up 5 runs. Young-Ho Lee won MVP, which is funny. The Braves win the series. Ohtani, 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned. You can't pitch better than that. Max Fried, 7 innings, 9 hits, 1 earned. You can't pitch much better than that. It looks like there were probably some opportunities to score, and we only got 1, which is unfortunate. Devin Williams with 3, Crochet with 3, and McGill just kind of shit the bed. Okay. Well, it looks like we put up a fight. Sir Anthony Dominguez had to come in and close it out. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's find out what happened in this 13th inning. Top 13, Tyler McGill. Reach on an error to left. Intentional walk. Fly out. RBI single. 3-run bomb from Albies. Strikeout for Riley. And then a solo shot from Acuna just to add insult. Kike Hernandez, old friend. Did not have a good season for them. No, sir. All right, well, we fell short again. We got that one World Series win in game 1, and that was in season 1, and that was pretty much it. So this is season 3, and we got bumped in 5 by the Braves 2 straight years, which is really unfortunate. That is not what we were really looking for. So we have some questions coming up. The pitching staff, I think, is another big question mark, at least the starters. A lot of these bullpen guys are free agents, and I think it's going to be hard to replicate the special season that I got from most of them. We had some black holes in the offense, which we're going to have to shore up, mainly in the corner outfield. Third base was fine. Catcher was fine. Second base was not. The corner outfield, or the outfield in general, we're going to be looking to make some upgrades. But overall, like the home run numbers are crazy. Alvarez at 20, 48, 42, 28, 20, 22. A lot of guys hit bombs, but it just wasn't enough. And we fell short yet again. So let's go playoff coverage. Let's Astros win. They're going to game 5. The Cardinals swept the Brewers, which is funny. So let's just simulate. Let's see how far this goes. Yep, that one's disappointing, but I'm not going to say it's okay, but this season we had was a really good one. And I think a lot of these guys played as best they could. Okay, Michael Ciani getting the flu does not affect me. Why do I even have that notification? All right, so Yankees, Astros, Braves, Cardinals. Yeah, so it looks like we probably want Houston to win, to be honest with you. I want the Cardinals to bump the Braves here, and I want the Astros to bump the Yankees. Yeah, so this just, like, even this simulation proves how difficult it is to win a championship, even in a video game, right? Like, oh, good. Cardinals, gentlemen, swept, and so did the Astros. Interesting. We didn't look at the Astros. Christian Javier, Hunter Brown, Luke Westfall. Hunter Brown in the bullpen right now. Weird. Jesus Luzardo, Brandon Hughes. This starting rotation is not great, but this bullpen looks good. Framber Valdez is in the bullpen. Bregman, Altuve, Alvarez, Tucker. Dylan Carlson is an Astro. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Vogelback DHing. What's his numbers? Yeah, he did not have a good year. I didn't think so. Contreras and Pena. So this is pretty much a team that you would see now. And they won 99 games, so they were a good team. First offensive, really good defensive team, really good pitching team. So and they really ran away with the division. That's insane. So yeah. Cardinals, this is their second straight World Series run. Luis Gil, wasn't he a Met at one point? claimed off waivers while by Boston while with New York. Yeah, so that was me that waived him. That's weird. Okay, well, good for you. Pitching in the World Series. Matt's pitching in the World Series. All right, let's get through it. Let's get to the off season. Then I'm gonna cut this video short. We'll start our plan for this off season. Yeah, I think we want Houston to win this one. The Mets Cardinals animosity is not something we should root for as a Mets sim. Or the animosity is, so we shouldn't be rooting for the Cardinals. All right, saving database. Okay, game 1 to the Cardinals. This is not moving as fast as I was hoping it would. Why is this not? Please tell me it didn't. Oh my god, it's just been sitting here. Oh, okay. Sorry. Sorry about that. All right. Game 1 to the Cardinals. 2-0. Probably. Oh, they didn't have home field. There's no way. They took 2 in Houston? Houston had the better record. 2-1, 3-1. Blow it. Blow the lead. Do it. No, Cardinals win in 5. That's insane. Good for them. That's a really good season. They earned that World Series win. They were a wild card team. They did what they were supposed to do. And truthfully, this was a pretty dominant run. They only lost 1 game to the Diamondbacks, 1 to the Braves, and 1 to Houston. That's a dominant run. That's a really, really good playoff run for them. Houston also had a similar thing. They beat the Twins in 4. They beat the Yankees in 5, and then just didn't have enough for the Cardinals. So this is where we're gonna cut it. If it crashes on me again, kind of like last season, we'll do the similar thing. But we were in the World Series by the time that happened. So we're gonna cut the video here. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm not sure when the next episode is, but I'm proud of how this sim kind of went. 3 playoff appearances and 564 fine score sounds about right. 3 playoff appearances, 1 championship. We're gonna do some legacy building now. We're gonna see how this team can be in the next 5, 10, 20 years. Pitching coach in New York. So we got some staffing issues to deal with. We got some contracts coming up. We got some holes. So yeah, thanks everybody for following. We'll check in. I will definitely check in with the sim at some point, somewhat soon, within the next few seasons. It'll be a little bit longer for you guys. I think that the patch is out now, so I can get started on something a little bit longer term. I feel like I have a good grasp of this game now, of what's different. And we're probably, I was thinking like tentatively, like maybe a Miami sim could be fun. The Rockies could be fun. Someone that kind of needs a little bit more of a rebuild, kind of like a lesser budget. Like we have the most money of any team ever right now. So something with a little bit less of a budget, something a little bit smaller market, I think is going to be the plan. But this sim will come back. I'm not going to play through multiple episodes per season, though. We're not going to do that. But so yeah, this is our Meet the Mets. We'll check back in at a later date. And thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks so much.